G'day scrappers, welcome to another scrap, part 9 or 10 or one of them. Today I've got a all-in-one Apple Mac, and I thought I'd scrap one of these out. I've got a whole bunch of them. I've been trying to give them away. Anytime a scrapper comes here, I ask them if they want one, and some of them take a few, some of them say, oh no, I don't have time. So, okay, let's get into these. Now, these are the, obviously the Mac all-in-ones, and these are the blackbacks. Now, I mentioned once before in a recent video that the blackback Mac all-in-ones are really hard to sell these days. They're getting quite old. They're not really that well upgradable, so yeah, they're just blackbacks. We're already looking at quite a few years old, so yeah, unfortunately. Now, to scrap these, there is a bit of a trick. You might think, gosh, how do I get into these Macs? And I think I should have already prepared them for the people that actually took a few away. I will in future. I've probably got another 10 here, and I probably don't have enough time. But what you need to do is remove this screen, and the only way to do it very easily is with a suction cup. And that's it. So people will be going crazy thinking, how do I get into this Mac? And all it is you just got to remove the suction cup, remove this plastic screen, and you're in. So that's it. I bought that suction cup a couple of years ago, and it certainly makes things a lot easier. And then it's a matter of having the right torque screw. In this case, it's about a T7. And just removing these really long screws around here, and that's a good start. So I had my day off yesterday, just sort of chilled out a little bit, and I didn't stop working. I just sort of tried to catch up on a lot of things, little things that weren't worthy of a video, but part of my cleanup for the end of the year. And so it was cutting cords, processing tiny little things that just needed to get done and clean up. So I got 3 weeks before the Christmas, so I'm slowly getting there. It doesn't, looking around, it looks okay, but it'll all come together within the next couple of weeks, where, yeah, it'll start really looking good, and just sort of clear the way for entertaining and so on. And then as soon as the Christmas day is over, entertaining, I'll go back to creating a huge mess. But I've been really, I've had a few glasses of wine already, so I might sound quite sort of like slow and whining. Yeah. Oh well, who gives a stuff, I'm just chilling out here and having a few drinks, and life's not all about trying to make money and all that. It's just chilling out. So okay, so I've removed all the torque screws around here, and it kind of really hasn't changed much. I guess I need to remove this back screen. I do have another little torque screw here. Just get the right size. Okay. So I'm just trying to remember how to actually get through one of these. It might be... I know that removing the screen is number one. It might be just the front cover. Yeah, it looks like it. There we go. Okay, so we got irony aluminium there. So yeah, quite a few scrappers have sort of said, "Oh no, I don't have time or space to deal with this sort of stuff." And I say, okay, you know, but geez, if I was scrapping and had very little, relying on basically street scrap and all that, I'd grab all of them, you know. I mean, I got, yeah, probably 10 still here, and I'm surprised that so many people have knocked them back. Because they're all-in-ones, they should have, you know, obviously your motherboard, they should have RAM and hard drive, and so, you know, it's almost as good as a PC, really. Sure, I don't have a big power supply or stuff like that, but still. But, you know, you can only offer, and you say, you know, they bring me boards, and I say, hey, you know, why don't you take a couple of these Apple all-in-ones? No, yeah. Well, but now that I've got my suction cup out, I'll be able to at least make it a little bit easier for them, and remove it for them, and say, oh, okay, well, that's a start anyway. And just go through from there. I picked all these up from a school, so I know that the hard drives are already wiped, so but they'll still be in there. Screen off. You know, it's not very hard. Bit of wire, all good. We should have our finger strip board here. So yeah, I gave everyone a bit of a break from my videos yesterday. Tomorrow it won't be a scrapping video, it'll be actually a eWaste pickup video. So once again, something a little bit different, rather than scrapping. So that might be, I don't know what's there. I tried to ask. They made a inquiry through my website. I've actually done this company once before. But I asked them, I like to ask them, what am I picking up? It just helps to know how much room I need in the van, whether I can bring a half full van or what. But they didn't get back to me, so okay, it's okay. I'll bring an empty van, and yeah, I have no idea. All I know, they've just mentioned IT equipment, so we'll go and check it out tomorrow, and probably make a little video out of it. Just something, again, just a little bit different. Rather than scrapping stuff, people enjoy, just watching how I go about the normal e-waste business, picking up stuff and, and all that. So we've got obviously a little motherboard here. We've got a full-size hard drive, a DVD drive, got a card here. So, it's all pretty good. It's just a power board. So I just cut my way out of there. Just a power board. Basically, the main things we want here is the motherboard and the hard drive. And the actual stand, which is cast or probably extruded aluminium. Okay, so we've got our little DVD drive, little fan. Okay, we just want the hard drive and motherboard, really. However that comes. It's all about torque screws. If you're dealing with e-waste, you've got to have your torque screws, and from T10 down to T5, most essential. Without your torques, you're going to come stuck a lot of times. So that's your one of your number one tools. Are your torques. It looks like just a little board under here, little power board or something. Yeah, just a little power board. Take off the cable there, and throw that into power boards. Just wondering if this motherboard will ever come out. There must be hidden screws. And the rest we're probably just going to have to give a bit of force, just break it out. Okay, might have to get rid of this speaker. A little bit better. There we go. We've got our main motherboard, got a CPU under this heatsink, which we're going to have to remove. Well, I'll work on that. Just got to get this heatsink off, and that's our motherboard. And yeah, nothing spectacular, but still a bit of decent motherboard there. Just want this hard drive. There we go. Got a nice decent hard drive here we can deal with. Send it off to scrap hard drives. Awesome. So a little bit of wire, not much else. This extruded, just undo a whole heap of screws. Okay. It's, yeah, I just remembered it's this whole strip of torque screws, 7 torque screws. The chickens freak out when this little cat comes around. The cat doesn't actually mean them any harm, but the chickens just don't like it. So hopefully I can get all 7. So far one of them is not playing with me. No, there's 2 that won't comply. That's 3. Okay. So I've got 3 screws that I need to find a special Torx because they're just not coming. And there's chickens behind this screen. 2. What are you doing here? I was trying to scrap out a Mac. Come to stick your heads in. So I've just got to work out, get some screws for, find a couple of bigger screws for this thingo. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to get through because I can't find a really oddball Torx to get these 3 screws out in order to get our really nice piece of extruded aluminium. So I might end up just throwing this whole thing into Irony Alley. It's good enough and it just saves me the time. So we've got our decent motherboard. It's not too bad. There is a CPU under here that it's just like a fiber CPU that I'll remove. I'll remove this heatsink, clean it up, copper LED radiator, and the rest I'll just leave on for motherboard. And a hard drive. I didn't notice any RAM, so here we go. Of course, the RAM is in the sides here. So we've got 2 RAM sticks. So 2 RAM sticks in each one. They're 2 GB DDR3, so they're not too bad. I'll put these away for my cellar. 2 gig DDR3. They're still okay. They're not worth much really, to be honest, but if they're 4 gig, yeah, but people are looking for a little bit more than 2 gig of RAM unless they just want to boost up their older system. So 2 RAM, motherboard, hard drive, some scrap aluminium once we clean it up. Not bad. Keep scrapping, have fun, and I'll catch you real soon.